We shall next look at Turing machine construction for the multiplication, namely A star B. Since it is a Turing machine based approach, the input representation is in unary. Suppose A is 4 and say B is 3. On the input tape, we represent A using 4 ones, 0 is the delimiter, and 3 ones for B, then this. So intuitively, if you see, multiplication is repeated addition. We know that cost of A plus B with respect to TM model is linear in input size, say order of A. Fine. And we may have to do this so many times. Something like A into B is adding A B times. So if you do a top level analysis, it may appear like I'm going to call this routine B times. So it is B into order of A. And that's the top level analysis, but there are hidden costs. Those things should be taken into account when we do the tight analysis. This is just a lower bound. There are other costs involved. Okay. So this will act as a good lower bound. Whether it is tight or not, we shall see. Let's look at an approach. With respect to this approach, we will do the analysis. Then as always, let us fix the primitive operations, and it could be number of reiterated moves or number of flips. Subsequently, we will count how many reiterated moves are there or number of flips are there. And to conclude, we will analyze the number of reiterated movements or number of flips as a function of input size. And as far as input size is concerned, we represent A in unary, B in unary, and this delimiter. So it is A plus B plus 1, say plus 2. And if A is max of A comma B, then this value is precisely theta of A or order of A. Okay, let's look at an approach. So you have 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, and dollar on the tape. It's an infinite tape, right? So the idea is this. So I'm going to copy this 4 ones over here. How many times? 3 times. So that's precisely your idea. So copy this once and copy this again, and third time. So which means we get to see 12 ones. That's our output, or 4 into 3 is 12. So following our TM construction, we are going to copy this this many number of times. That's equivalent to saying we are going to add A B number of times. This is our A, and add once, add one more. That will give you A into B. Now in the process, and you cannot just like that copy all 4 ones in one go, because Turing machine model says you can only read a bit at a time, and you can only move one cell left or one cell right. So copying a block of 4 ones in one go, or jumping from this place to this block of 4, that's not possible. So you can only move one cell at a time. That's what I highlighted here. So although it appears like this would be the total cost, but there are hidden costs. It appears like so many additions and cost of each addition is this much, but we are not doing that in one go. So I may have to move one cell at a time to copy this one. Again I had to come back and then copy this. So how does this work? So one cannot copy a block. So which means to copy this one over here, I will have to move and then copy this, come back and then read this one and come back and copy here. Like that one has to do for so many iterations, and all this should be counted as part of our time complexity analysis. Okay, let's look at 111,0,111 dollar. Okay, and now it is filled with blank symbol. So first I am going to copy this. So what we will do is let's change this to 2. The rest is unchanged. Then I scan this. So when I scan this and encounter 0, after that when you change the state, we know that the B starts, right? Okay. Now you can either copy this 3 times or you can copy this 4 times. It's one and the same. So this can be seen as after dollar, you can copy this once and again once, this. So performing A into B is equivalent to writing B A times on the tape. Fine. So now I've crossed this. Now I'm reading this. I've read the first one. Now what I'll do, I'll move right. Then you come across a dollar. After that there is a blank symbol, so I write 1. Then I come back, then change second 1 to 3 and then move right, copy the next one, then come back, change the next one, go right and write one more one. So what is that we have done? For this one, we have copied B once. We are done. Now when you come back, the configuration will be like this. So the tape will contain 2, 1, 1, 1, 0, 3, 3, 3, $1, 1, 1. So let me repeat. We change the first 1 to 2. Just to remember that we are doing iteration number 1. With respect to this one, we are going to copy this B once onto the tape. And you can only do one bit copy at a time. So I scan. After seeing the 0, I'll switch the state so that I know I'll be reading B. I'll read the first B, I'll change it to 3, then move right, flip B to 1. Come back, then you see there is 1 over here, change it to 3, go right and write 1 for this, come back, change the third 1 to 3, go and write the third one. Now at this point in time, you see that for this one, you have changed all of them to 333, correspondingly it is copied. Now when you come back, you see that there is no more ones in B, which means all of B is copied once. At this point in time, what I do, I change all of this to 1 again. Then 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. So at the end of first iteration, after copying B number of ones, this is what we will be having. Next, what I will do, I will start iteration number 2. Then when you come back, this remains as such. Then I change the next 1 to 2. This remains as such. After 0, I know B starts. Just follow this subroutine. Flip this to 3, move right, keep moving right. When you encounter a blank, write 1 over there. So which means you will be writing 1 1, then come back until this part, change this to 3, move right, write one more 1 for this, again come back, write 3 for this, write one more 1. So at this point in time, if you look at the tape will have 2 2 1 1 0 3 3 3 $1 1 1 1 1 1, which means for these two ones you have copied B 2 times. Then same thing, now you are at this place, no more ones to copy, flip all of them. So this will become 1, this will become 1, this will become 1, 0 1 1 2 2 $1 1 1 1 1 1. This is just a local flip because when I change 1 to 3, I know this 1 is taken into account and its copy is created on the right. I come back, I flip the next 1 in B to 3, go right and flip it. So like that I keep doing it. And at the end, if you do one more iteration, what will happen? This will be changed to 2 and you will create another copy of this. And after one more iteration, you will see that one more copy of this is done. So after iteration 3, we will see that it will be 2 2 2 1 0 1 1 $1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1 1. There is one more iteration. At the end of iteration 4, we see that the tape has got this 1 1 1 $. So for each of this, we have created a copy of this on the input tape to the right of the $, which means this is our A into B or 4 into 3. In general, we have created A copies of B to the right of $, which means on the input tape itself, to the right of $, you see the output. So both the input and output are on the same tape. And that shows that A star B is here. Now the interesting part is how many moves we have taken to achieve this task. So the idea is this: flip the first 1 to 2, move right, make a copy of this to the right of $. To perform this, because after reading this, unless I flip it to 3, when I come back, I may not know whether I have seen this one or this one. So I change it to this. And when I come back, when I hit this leftmost 3, I'll change my direction. Then I'll read this one, flip it to 3, and then move right, then write one more 1, come back, and so on. So now as part of our algorithm, what all happening? Number of read-write movements. If you see this one, right, this is like a subroutine. So this is one part, and so one part is flipping ones in B to 3 and 3 to 1, vice versa, and 3 to 1. So many moves are happening over here. The second one is you are moving right from here to this part and then coming back. So although you can see it as 1, but I am separating it out so that one can understand the analysis better. So we move right, and then once it becomes 3 3 3, all this will be flipped to 1 1 1. So some number of read-write moves are happening from 3 to this side and then from this side to this side. So that's one part. Similarly, from this to this, then again when we come back, some number of moves are there. So the second part is read-write head moves with respect to A and 0. This is our A and 0. Over here, number of read-write moves in the process of flipping 1 in B to 3 and 3 to 1. And this one is read-write moves with respect to A 0, which means in the process of flipping 1 in A to 2 and moving right until you encounter a 0. Similarly, when you come back from 0 to this part. Third is number of read-write moves to write B once on the tape, comma, how many times? A number of times. So we scan this, then I start scanning this part, then I start writing. Then when you come back, you come until this part, then this occupies some number of moves, then you come back, this occupies another. So total number of read-write moves, if you see, at the top level, you can classify them into 3 categories. We will count each of them to understand this better.